Hello, leaguers, or shall I say mentees-to-be. Thank you very much for joining us today for this special session where we are going to ask all your answers about how does it feel to be a Product League Mentee. And just for the case that you can't notice it, I'm super, super, super excited about this session. And not only because it has been a while since we met online for our special product parties, not only because of that, but also because the meaning that what stands behind our session today is the fact that we are now accepting applications, your applications, to join us on our 8th batch, on the winter 2021 batch of Product League. And I'm excited. I hope you're excited as well, because it's going to be even bigger and better than ever before. And just the opportunity to support more and more product leaders, just like you guys, on becoming the best product managers you can be. That is something that makes me super excited, and I can't wait to answer the questions that you have about being a Product League mentee. What does it mean? What is its process and the experience and the adventure of being a product leaguer? And to do that, we're going to have two very special guests, two special ladies that are going to join me today. By the way, in case this is the first time we're meeting, so it's great meeting you. My name is Moria Cassis. I'm the founder and general manager of Product League. And as you know, Product League is the most trusted and biggest product management mentoring program around the world. We support product managers from 29 countries on becoming the best product managers they can be, and you may be one of our next mentees. So as I said, today I'm not going to answer all your questions by myself. I'm going to do that with two special ladies, and the reason why I asked them to join us is because these two are past, present, future mentees of Product League. So they are going to give you some insights that are different than mine. They can share their own perspectives and experiences with you, and it's going to be a lot more fun. So first, joining us, say hello to Pamela Zoni, product manager at Content Cal, and you are going to be third time in a row Product League mentee in this upcoming batch. What's up, Pam?
Indeed. Thank you for having me. I can't wait.
The pleasure is all mine. Seriously, the pleasure is all mine. We love you. We love supporting you. The experience and the way that you did with us and with the mentors that you had in the previous two batches is just amazing. We're going to hear more about that, in this upcoming hour. But it's just an amazing opportunity for more people to learn about your experience. So before anything else, thank you very much, Pam, for joining us. And now we are going to move to the second guest who is joining us, who is our lovely Adva Cohen, and she is director of product at Innovid. What's up, Adva?
Hey Maria, what's up?
Very, very good. I can't hear you very well, so I wonder if it's just myself or it's everyone. So we're going to tackle that in just a second. So just a little bit, guys, about Adva. Adva started as a mentor in the program. You join us first as a mentor. Then you turn into a mentee, the following batch. And then on this last batch, you joined us as a mentor again. So it was a mentor, a mentee, and a mentor again, just to show that we are always on the path to learn more. Okay, it doesn't matter the title, it doesn't matter where we are in our career. Actually, it may has to do with that, because the higher the rank, the question, the difficulty level of the question is actually getting more interesting. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. And before we are going to do that, I'm going to, again, thank you very much for joining us. I know that your path is unique and inspiring and super interesting. So I can't wait to hear more about that myself. So this is a time for us ladies to share the stage together. Okay, we're going to share the floor together and we are going to answer the questions. Now, everyone in the audience, how is it going to work? We already asked you to submit your questions ahead of time when you are SVP'd to the event, but we are also going to collect some questions now in the chat to answer all the questions that you may have. So doesn't matter where it is that you watch us. If you watch this session on YouTube, on LinkedIn, or on Facebook, you have a chat. Please use the chat to submit your questions. And also, please use the chat to tell us who you are, where you're from, what you do, because we want to get to know you better. And it will also allow the ladies and myself included to tailor the answers that we give you based on the demographic and the jobs and the kind of work that you do. So please use the chat. Tell us a little bit about who you are, where you're from, what you do, because we want to get to know you better. What do you say, ladies? Are we ready to start with the first question?
Yes.
Yes, we are.
So we're starting with a question from Gabrielle. And Gabrielle is asking, who are the mentors and who are the mentees? So just some ground information to everyone who watches. To be a mentee at Product League, you have to have at least 2 years of experience in product management. To be a mentor, you have to have at least 7 years of experience of product management. Now, why we chose mentees to have at least 2 years of experience? Because we believe that in the first 2 years into the domain, you can find most of the answers that you're looking for in blogs, in meetups, in online sessions, stuff like that. After 2 years into the domain, this is where you need someone to give you answers or directions, or you know what, it's not even about giving you the answers, it's about asking you questions that will lead you to find your own answers in a way that you can find in any content online. It doesn't matter what, where, and why. So this is as for the mentees. Mentors, after 7 years of experience into the field, you've already managed others, you already dealt with various stakeholders, various products. You probably switch from one company to another and then again. So you already gain some experience that will allow you to support your mentee in a way that is more efficient and more interesting than if you just had a few years into the domain. Now, as Adva, some of the mentees have way more than 2 years of experience in the domain. Actually, one of the things that we are super, super proud of is that 15% of our mentors are turning into mentees in one of the future batches that they have, because the experience is so tremendous once you get to see what a mentor does to your career that they want it themselves. So these are the mentors, these are the mentees, and the most interesting fact to know about both mentors and mentees is the fact you're going to be surrounded by people that are product management enthusiasts just like you. Okay, so there is a reason why we call our online sessions our product parties, and we have so many gatherings. We have the sharing circus and the workshops and the talks and all of that. And this is where you gain so much out of the program, not just from your own mentor, but also from the experience that you have overall. And it allows you to interact with fellow mentees. It allows you to interact with other mentors by the one that you have. We also have, by the way, the opportunity to choose for one time to have a session with another mentor, someone that you weren't assigned to. You have the experience, you have a group mentoring with other mentees, with another mentor. So the experiences are varied and you have many opportunities to use. And ladies, Pam and Adva, what do you think Gabrielle and everyone else at the audience should know about who the mentors and mentees are?
I'm happy to go first.
Yes.
I mean, for me, I actually tried to apply with only 1 year of experience to the league, and I got told to come back later on. which I did. So I was so happy when I got the opportunity to join, because I probably, from my experience, I joined a company with a lot of product manager, and I felt I was a newbie there. And every time that I was kind of asking question, I was not feeling comfortable. So to me, having a safe space where I could just ask whatever, to me it was essential question, but for other with more experience, a dumb question, it felt great. It's just a space for me to just ask honest question without the fear of being judged by other peers and feeling maybe that I should know. I don't know. So
Yeah, yeah.
hopefully everyone should have that space.
Exactly. And the safe space is an important thing for us, to step up, either if you're stepping up, from a junior product manager into a more senior product manager, or if this is your first leadership role, right? As a product manager, doesn't matter where you are, the opportunity to have a safe space is such an important part of it. And at the league, you have 4 months, you have the whole program, you have 4 months of a safe space to ask everything and to interact with fellow product managers and ask whatever it is on your mind, because you don't do it within your organization or within your team. You do it with people just like you, when you all kind of like took the risk together of asking questions. You took this step. You're like, I'm not afraid about asking questions, because everyone here is for the same goal of asking questions. So this is an important one. Pamela, thank you very much. Adva, anything to add about the mentors and mentees?
I think I can add about the mentors a bit, that I guess that at least in my book, we are here because we want to contribute from our experience and help other people. So the whole thing around it is very like comfort and safe zone. And there are a lot of people that have tons of experience and just bringing their heart and their soul and of course their brains and experience into the process. And it's an amazing experience to see how someone that can have like a lot of experience, maybe in my case, kind of the same experience like in years, but a completely other experience, a completely other background. And at the end, everything just sums together to have common ground, which is the love and passion for product and love and passion to help other people to evolve and to become the best version of themselves as a product managers and as people as well. It's leading by example, like straight on.
Exactly right. As we like to say, we have the best hearts and minds in product management to assist you here in the league. Thank you very much, ladies. We are moving on to the next question. This one comes from Galina, and she's asking, can I choose my mentor? And the short answer is no, you can't. And the long answer is no, you shouldn't. Okay, now here is the thing. I'll tell everyone in the audience something. You may know this already, ladies, Pam and Anva. The first thing we had at the league, before anything else, because before we even had a name to the program, was our algorithm. When I had the idea of building this program, I knew that the one thing that will make or break it is our ability to well match mentors and mentees one to the other. So the first thing we built was the algorithm, and this is actually where we spent most of our time and resources doing that. And this is what we use until this day to match the mentor and the mentee. So you can't do it. And the reason for why you shouldn't do it is because as product managers in data, we trust. Okay, so what we do to match you to your mentor and to match your mentor to you, we ask you questions in the application process, questions that has to do with your experience as a product manager. So what kind of company you work with? What are your challenges? Are you more B2B? Are you more B2C? Stuff that will allow us to better understand what is it that you deal with on your day-to-day tasks. The second thing that we do, we ask you many things that goes with the way that you feel about mentoring. So it can be even the smallest question as, would you like to be mentored by a mentor from your own gender? okay? Because we want to make sure that you feel safe and secure within the experience. Are you open to be mentored by a mentor who is from another country? You may want to be open for this experience, and you may say, no, actually, I want someone who knows my challenges, even, geographic wise. We ask many questions. I hope it's not too many, but we ask many questions to make sure that we know what kind of challenges you're faced with, what are the opportunities that will set your career to success, and where can we aim to help you as much as we can. We ask you mentees to do that. We ask the mentors to do it. Our algorithm is matching you best on that, based on information from your LinkedIn profile. It matches you based on the data that we have, matching thousands of mentors and mentees before you. So in data we trust as product managers. And it's not only that, it's the fact that we can't really know what kind of mentor we need. Even myself, if I am to choose what mentor do I need, from tomorrow, I don't think I'll have the right answer, because everything that I will think and assume and on the hypothesis that I will have will be based on the experience that I had so far. And what we want to allow you to have in the league is experience that is different than everything that you had before. And to do that, we have to be, as mentees and mentors, in a place where we're saying we truly are going for an adventure. We are taking off all the hypotheses that we may have about who is the right mentor for me, and we really give a chance for that, to the opportunity to learn from someone else. And it may be that the person that you'll find in the matching email that you will receive is actually different persona-wise than the one that you had in your mind. And this is where the magic happens, because this is where you get the opportunity to challenge yourself, to grow into places that you didn't know before, didn't have maybe to tackle or to face with before. It's actually a big part of your growth process to be matched with someone that you may have, that may be different than what you had before in your mind. And the important thing for you guys to know that at one hand, we ask you to let it go and to trust the algorithm and the data, but at the same time, we are there for you. So if for any reason something doesn't go well, we are there for you. So it may be that you receive the match and you say, it's not okay. We are there for you to understand why it doesn't work for you and to come up with suggestions. It may come to your realization, a week or two into the process, saying we tried, but it doesn't work, and that's fine, because this is where the idea of being a product management mentoring program and not a matching service, this is where it comes to life. We're not just matching you. We're really good in matching. We're really, really good in matching. I can allow myself saying that. But yet, if something happens, we are more than a matching system. We are a program, and we are there to support you with anything you may need in order to make sure that this match works for you. It may be to match you with someone else. It may be to actually provide you extra support, so you'll find out that this match does work for you. It may be whatever it is, because it's about being, it's about being product manager. It's about being creative and find creative solutions, but we are there for you. As this is a very important topic, I wonder, Adva and Pamela, if you have anything to add on the matching service, on the matching question.
No, I think I completely agree with you. My experiences so far was very amazing with all. I'm still in a very close relationship with all mentee and mentor, and very deep relationship as well. Like if I have some big question, I will definitely reach out to my mentor. And up until today, I'm getting like very important questions from the mentees that we work together. So I totally totally trust this algorithm.
Me too. For me, what was kind of like amazing to realize was how different personality-wise was my first mentor to the second, and realizing how why I was actually probably matched with a specific mentor on that type of journey. So when I joined the first batch, I was only 2 years in the making. So I needed someone with very assertive personality and with very strong kind of like framework and knowledge of absolutely everything on the tactical side. Where on the second batch, because I was kind of moving out to a new company, and for some reason I also had to kind of cover for the other product that wasn't around for that for some time. I was actually help on the strategic, and in the second batch, I was actually my mentor, personality wise, was like so close to me that the last call that we had, I was in tears. But I was like, I don't want to keep you because I know you need to be shared with others. But I was like, can I stay with you?
This is
So
so
it's
lovely to hear.
heartbreaking when they go, but I was like, yeah, other people need to appreciate as well.
So lovely to hear. And yes, and I can assume, Pam, I can assume that it came to you by surprise, receiving mentors from different countries, different kind of companies that you may did not know before, and it works. It works.
I mean, my mentor actually, both of them come from very well-known company, people that I will never have the chance to speak with on a normal level. It's just very high level and like, yeah, very strategic and very big company. So, and to me, my choice was to have women as mentors, been the choice because I've been working with men for a very long time. But I always found is easier with women, especially when you start the process for them to get the things that you go through in tech without having to explain too much. But that was my experience. And then, yeah, I also pick by choice to work with the mentor in other region because I live in London. So I also, as Italian, I kind of know quite well, let's say, like some area in the UK, and I can meet people in those two countries. But I actually had to choose actively to look elsewhere to have a different perspective on life and then product life.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you, ladies, for sharing your experiences with us. And we are moving on to the next question. It comes from Tristan, and he's asking, what is the structure of the course? Now, to answer that, I'm going to use a screenshot of a poll that we just had this week on our LinkedIn page, asking everyone at the audience to say what is the biggest misconception about mentoring. And we had 25% of the audience, the people that actually took the poll, to say it's structured like a course. Well, Tristan, the structure of the course is not existed because this is not a course. This is a mentoring program. And why is it so important? It's okay. This is a very legit question, right? And the reason why I chose to show this poll is because this is indeed one of the misconceptions that people have about everything, basically. What is the structure, right? What is the curriculum? What is it that I'm following? The reason why I asked the ladies here, Pamela and Vat, to join us on this session is to show that when we're talking about a mentoring program and not a course, every experience is unique. It's not just different, it's unique because it's about the relationship and the adventure that can only be created from two people, a mentor and a mentee, building together. And when we are talking about two people that are building something that comes from their hearts and from their minds together, it cannot be the same as others, and it cannot be structured. So we do have the e-learning platform where we have materials that we share with you twice a week to support you on building a relationship with your mentor, and some materials are about product management as a role, and some of it is about the soft skills and some of it is about the hard skills, and we do support you on that part. but there will be never a curriculum to a mentoring program, because mentoring program, it's a mentoring relationship. And what we want to do is to support you to be the most authentic version of yourself and the most open version of yourself, to allow yourself to express all your worries and all your questions and all your aspirations and everything that is on your mind and heart when it comes to your role as product manager, in a way that will allow you and your mentor to build something that works for you two together. So we support you in doing that, but there will be never be a structure to it. This is also why some of the peers of mentors and mentees meet once a week, and some of them meet once a month, because it has to do with the life and the pressure and the questions and the stress and everything that comes into your role of product management, that of the two people that are involved in this relationship, right? Of both the mentor and the mentee. Some mentors and mentees meet only offline because it works best for them. Some of them only meet online because it actually better usage of time for them. So it's not about how we structure the program for you. It's about how we support you to build a structure that works best both for you as a mentee and for your mentor to be. Now, Pam and Adva, this is a very serious topic, so I wonder what you have to add on that.
I mean, for me, because I've been doing that twice, like in this two batch. The first one, I was following very religiously everything that was in the portal. Also because my first round, I was probably more junior, so I was trying to make sure that everything that was available, I was just consuming everything that I could to make sure that I could prepare myself the best. And then the second round, because of my first experience, it was more, as you say, adapt to my specific need on that specific phase of my journey, less structure. Although we did structure the call to always happen at a certain time, I do like some structure, unfortunately. I'm not that free spirit as I wish I was.
Thank
For
you, Pam
me,
and Adva.
we also had structured the time. I think this is like one of the base things I've learned from the first experience we had. But of course, that flexibility is needed there, also from the time structure as well. But I think that we had kind of the same experience, Pam. We also had like the first time we looked at the curriculum, but not the curriculum, but we looked at the portal. But in one point, the COVID started and everything just changed, and we needed to do something differently. So we needed to change some of the something like in depth of the sessions. So we switched from working on the day-to-day topics to what is it that we want to do next? Where do we want to be next? And always looking at the goals that we set at the beginning of the process, making sure that the goals are met one way or another, but the goals should be met. And for us, at the end of the process, we also saw that we did meet the goals, even though there were changes and like the whole situation kind of shifted. And also for the next two batches, we were looking on the portal for guidance, I guess, and we've done the goals at the beginning, but we gave it our own flavor. And I remember that in the last session we talked about we didn't open the portal for a long time. And we were okay with that because we saw that goals were met. We got to a point that we feel that there's been like an impact and there were value given. and everything was going to the direction that was set. So we were okay with that.
Perfect. I will add something to what you just said, Adva, and thank you both, Adva and Pamela. The way we look at it is kind of like a recipe for a cake. Okay. So the first time you're baking the cake, you better follow the recipe. Okay. You better follow the recipe. And we give you the what to do every week. Okay. You should do that. The second, third, fourth, and we have mentors and mentees that are with us even it's going to be their 8th time with us. Okay. With the time, you can allow yourself to play with it a little. Same as if it was a cake and you were baking at your kitchen. So the first time, follow the structure of the e-learning process that we allow you to adopt. Not because this is a structure like a course, but because it allows you to set the right discussions with your mentor to find a way to come up with a structure of a relationship that works to you. From there on, if you want to play with that, you can do that, but it's kind of like on your own risk. Okay, if it's not going to be a good cake, what can we do? But if you follow the recipe, the higher the chances are that it's actually going to be tasty and wonderful. Now, ladies, Erez has a very interesting question, and this one is assigned to both of you. And I would like both of you to answer. What should my expectations be? What is the best way for us to verify that the effort is time efficient for both parties? And if we're talking about time, I also want to show the poll that I showed you before, because we have 5% of the poll voting that one of the biggest misconceptions about mentoring is that it's time consuming. So how can we set the expectations and verify as mentees that actually it's going to be the effort and that there is a reason for Erez and fellow mentees to be the crowd to join the league? Ladies, jump right in.
I'm happy to say first. I mean, to me, it's like when you train for anything, the more you put in, the more you get out. So it is really up to you. If your expectation from and goals for, the mentorship program are quite low, I guess, you can just, just spend a few hours, I don't know, in a month. For me, I wanted to get the most out of the time with my mentor. So as I said, especially in the first batch, I spent at least 2 hours on the portal, and I used to also prepare the session with my mentor. So we used to have one call every 2 weeks, and I used to send her email before preparation because I wanted to cover specific topics. But that is just my approach. I know other people might find different ways. To me, it's like the more you put in, the more you get out. And if you're clear on your goal, I guess just move towards those goals with your mentor. They're there to guide you. So yeah, I think it's hard to say what time efficiency is. The big if you look into sport, like the best like athletes, they put more effort than others. It's just not about talent, it's how much you can put in and how much you get out. So it's hard to find time efficiency for me on something like mentorship. So I was like a bit like, when I'm answering now, I was like, contradicting myself. But it's time efficient for as much you want to get out, I think.
I love your answer. I'll tell you that what I usually say is that you should be ready to invest about 4 hours a week, because it will allow you to meet with your mentor. It will allow you to set the agenda for the meeting at time. It will allow you to go over the e-learning materials. It will allow you to join the online sessions and workshops and talks and stuff like that. And you should be prepared to invest, because if your expectations are low, as you were saying in your first sentence, Pamela, I'm not sure that the lake is the right place for you. Because if you don't aim high, just go ahead and buy yourself a book or join a course or whatever. This is a very challenging and emotional experience. It's about opening up. So you should aim high and you should invest a lot. Thank you very much, Pamela, for the things you shared with us. And Adva?
I think that you summarized that with 4 hours, but uh, I guess that it's something around this 4 hours, but also that it changes. I mean, if I'm taking, for example, the first mentoring sessions that we had, in one point we just the whole conversation just shifted and we started with homework. So having homework added much more effort than just 4 hours a week. And there was a lot to do, a lot of investigation and understand what to do next. So I guess it's kind of changing and shifting. And I never really tried when I'm trying to imagine myself, what did I do as a mentee? It was also including writing down questions to myself, writing down, summarize the problems that I want to talk about. So it can be like 5 minutes here, 10 minutes there, 30 minutes here. But at the end of the process, it will be something around 4 to 5 hours a week in order to really get something going on that will be meaningful and have big impact on your day to day.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you very much, Adva. And we are staying with you because Chris has a question to you. And he's asking, is the program suitable for both product leaders and individual contributors?
So the short answer will be sure. I started as a mentee when I had 15 years of experience in product management. I was already running, managing business units and product from scratch, worked in startups and big companies. So I've done kind of everything you can juggle with, I guess. And I still had a lot to learn, and it was an amazing experience to learn more and see the way that things look from another perspective and how it looks from another industry and how it looks from someone else's eyes. And like you said before, Maria, the questions are getting much bigger and the subjects are much more are much deeper than the day-to-day issues that you're dealing with when you are on your first years. So you can we can tackle something like how to write the best PRD or how to deal with internal communication or how to PR kind of your work. But the bigger, the older you get inside the industry and the more mature you are, the questions that you have are much deeper. And I think even in that point, the mentor is much more, the influence that they have is much deeper because it's sometimes the questions are big questions. The topics are heavy ones, much more
Absolutely.
strategic.
Yep. I know what you're talking about. And this is actually when it comes to, the more interesting parts of the domain and the challenges, right? Because these are kind of answers that you can't find anywhere else, right? This is the magic. This is where it really gets interesting. And I will add that obviously when we're talking about product leaders and not just product managers, we match you with people that are as experienced as they can be to give you the answers that you're looking for. So it's again going back to the matching algorithm. We make sure that the people you'll be matched with will give you the right answers or the answers that you are looking for. And it's not just about, the simple matching. It's actually about something that is super complicated and based on much experience and many data points to make sure that you get the assistance that you need. And I can see in the chat that Chris submitted this question. Do you mentor folks stepping into product leadership for the first time? I guess this is the same Chris, but if it's not, well, you got another Chris to ask the question for you and to receive the answer that you were looking for. So this is great. Guys, keep asking us questions in the comments section, wherever you are, LinkedIn, Facebook, or YouTube, because we will answer all the questions that you may have about being a Product League mentee. And now we're following this question with another question that comes from Oktay. It goes to you, Pamela, and he is asking, could you help me understand the mentee routine?
Yeah, I mean, for me, the routine, I kind of structure myself to make sure that I do, have other hobbies, other things to do in life. So I structure some time during the week, and normally like on a Sunday afternoon, to allocate time for me to actually go and do, all the everything that is in the course. But there is also a nice thing. You have like email notification that come from the Product League, will remind you when there is stuff that needs to happen. And then in terms of commitment, there is event that you kind of required to attend. So it'll be nice if you do. So try to allocate some time, at least every 2 weeks, to attend those events. And then definitely make sure that you do prepare for the session with the mentor. Otherwise, it will be a waste of time for both parties. I mean, mentors obviously are there for you, but you need to also do the work before. So I think it's something, Adva will say, you not probably every day, but it's kind of like something that you'll try to do as many times per week as possible to make sure that you progress little by little without having to maybe, having the entire Sunday off to have to actually do homework. It must feel like if you do a little bit every single day and you follow, especially in LinkedIn, you will be reminded of events that are happening, and you will be reminded of the topic for the week, as well as Facebook. So you always kind of be in the know what needs to happen in that specific week for you to progress. So I'll say probably little, but very often. And as well, for me, it didn't really feel like homework. It felt more that I was actually progressing, especially because most of the things that I was learning, I was actually practicing on the day-to-days. And so it did feel like, yeah, maybe I practiced something, but it didn't feel like homework because I felt I was better off actually having to do it for the long term.
You invest in yourself.
Yes.
There is no other way to say that. Yeah. Thank you, Pam. And Adva, we are moving to you with a question from Colin, who is asking, no, I think I passed a question. No, we have a question from Lior. My bad, guys. Who is asking, what will this program mean for my current position and personal life?
I think that from my experience, it really impact, like I felt the impact on a daily basis. It helped me to think about processes a bit different. It helped me to feel that I'm evolving and getting much more sharper in what I do during my like on my position. It helped me to understand what are my aspirations and to understand what I want to do in the future, and really like work it out for me as a plan, like step by step plan in order to understand how I want to get there. It helped me to understand what I don't want to do. It helped me to really focus on where I want to be and what I'm not going to do. And by doing that, I think that what I've done during like the whole context of work helped me really be a better version of myself as a product manager and be a better person of myself as a person. And there is something very I don't know exactly how to put it, how to put the finger on it, but it's very like a deep feeling of commitment towards this process and commitment to what we're doing here to be sure that I'm making the time for it. I'm there in time. I'm there, like literally sitting there. And when you're taking this, like when you're doing the same thing over and over again, at the end, it's just reflects in every aspect of your life. So I'm there, I'm much more there for my kids when I'm sitting with them, and I'm much more there for my friends when I'm sitting with them. And I'm not trying to juggle between five different things like I used to do before, because there was someone there sitting in front of me, making the time for me voluntarily and giving me their time. I have to be there in 100%. So the same treatment or the same way that I was treated by my mentor, that was the same way that I was treated by
Adva, we lost you. We lost you on in what on what's was like one of the most beautiful things I've heard about uh, being a mentee. We lost you for like 10 seconds, I think, not more than that. You were saying that you learned that you decided, you took the decision to be there for your mentor the same way that they were that she was for you at the time, and that it kind of like tweaked something in your perspective about things and made you to make the investment. I have to say that this was one of the most beautiful things I've heard about mentoring relationships in a long, long time. So thank you very much, Adva, for that. It was very challenging, and it was true, right? Because someone is there for you. So the routine is, and the way you look at it is about being there for them at least as much as they are there for you, and it will affect your current position, your future position, your life, because you are on the growth track. You are now investing in yourself, and it takes a lot from you because it is an investment. But hopefully, if you'll put the effort in, it will have much, much reward. And now we're going to Colin's question, because he has a question to you, Pam. Thank you very much, by the way, on your answer. He's asking, what are the time commitments and expectations for a mentee?
Yeah, I mean, time commitment, I think we touched base earlier. It's depend how would you like to work with your mentor and their availability. Ideally, if you have a structure, it might be once a week for half an hour or an hour every 2 weeks, 2 hours a month. So it's kind of like you can self-organize yourself. For what works for me was every other week, so I could have time to do preparation for the following session. And in terms of expectation, is all about building the relationship with your mentor and understand, what are your goals. Make sure that they are clear on that, and then they will just help you and guide you through the step that will need to take you there. Kind of like following back to the question that we just had before. For me, my first batch was a realization when I saw myself for the first time as a product, which is something that I never considered before. And the sad realization that although I was comfortable in the position where I was, when I was working with my mentor, she pointed out that unfortunately, probably I wasn't in the right company for the career aspiration that I had. So once you realize that, at that point you can have visibility of where you want it to go, and your mentor is going to help you to understand what you don't want it to do and where you don't want it to be. And then for me, it was also the fact that at that point, when I had that clarity, I just take the step, and I actually changed job 6 months ago. So I was kind of like moving in the right direction, in the place that I needed to be, which is a startup, which is what I needed to be in terms of growth. So yeah, your mentor will guide you. You just need to be clear with them on where you want it to go, and they will help you further.
Absolutely. Which, by the way, this is one of the very, very first tasks that we ask mentees to do on the kickoff week. Even before you guys will know who the mentor is, who your assigned mentor is, uh, set a time to sit down and really write from your heart and from your mind what are your goals, where is it that you are heading. You'll then work on that with your mentor because they will help you to better put the words or the goals or anything else that has to do with it to your written text of goals. But you have to set goals. We are product managers. If we don't know where we're heading, probably we won't get there. So yes, absolutely, Pamela. Was great. So last question that will already answer, the already question answered. It comes from Shane, and he's asking, what does success look like? This is a very interesting one. So, ladies, what does success look like?
I mean, for me, I guess it depends what you consider success. If you define the success in the beginning, then you can see if you actually reach that success. It's also possible that you might have set yourself a specific goal, and then speaking with your mentor, they might actually help you deep dive and actually change that goal in something actually more meaningful, which did happen to me in the last batch. Your mentor is also there to help you if you might be put like a goal that you think you need, but they might actually help you deep dive and think actually you might need something a bit different, and this is what your goal should be. And that, yes, it's just a process. It's like follow, the process, and you will get the result that you expect to get.
Yeah, absolutely right. Thank you, Pam. Adva.
I think it's also about setting goals and meeting them. And of course, that goals can be changed or added along the way. But the way that I felt, it was like looking in a retrospective to understand that there was some kind of a growth process that took place. There was some kind of a change in the way that I looked at things. So it's some kind of, I think that for me, the inner feeling of where I was when I started the process and where I was when I finished the process, I felt the change inside of me, and it wasn't like we met the goals, but that wasn't my feeling of success. The feeling of success was when I felt that something changed inside me and I was like an older person. I don't know. I felt much more happy with the new place that I got to with my amazing, amazing mentor. And I feel that is like the best experience that you can have as a product manager and as a person in a whole.
I think this is a great time. It's a great opportunity to thank all the mentors that we have in our program, Adva, you're included, because seriously, these guys, they put their heart, their soul, their everything into guiding the mentees into becoming the best product managers they can be. We do a lot to show this love back to them, right? But it is a great opportunity to say thank you to all mentors, because truly this league, it's about the people in it, right? So all Product League mentors out there that watch us right now, thank you very much from the bottom of my heart to support this great people, these great mentees, because this is the reason why we can hear people like you, Pam, and like you, Adva, saying that this experience truly changed your career, right? It set you to a different path, on a very successful one, because these mentors, not only you obviously you invested in yourself as well, but they also invested in you, and this is a big deal. So thank you to all mentors out there. And what do you say, ladies? Are we ready to take some questions from the audience?
Yes, please.
Sure.
So we're going to do that. They're going to surprise us, and we're going to deal with it. Okay, so first question comes from Shoham, and he's asking, can we focus on career path? Absolutely. So your career path as a product manager is part of the challenges that you face. And if you listen to both Pamela and Adva sharing their stories, you'll hear that a lot of what they dealt with was not just about the simple goals or the goals that are more easy to track, but actually about the path and the future and the career, how you set these things to success. Also, Chris, that we answered his question before about product mentoring for leadership roles, is saying thank you, ladies, for your answers. So thank you very much. And now there is a question to you, Pam. It goes to you. It comes from Guy, and he's asking, what kind of conversations or topics you discussed with your mentor the first versus the second time? Do you feel you would change something looking back?
So the first batch was very tactical. So it was all about framework, and I was sharing a lot of. It wasn't nothing sensitive in what I used to work on. So I used to also showcase like real work and everything that I was doing the day to day. So I think I had the kind of like plus not having to work on something sensitive, which I could actually share with my mentor. The second time, because it was way more strategic, it was all about maybe reading book, like what you think about something specific, where you see yourself in a very like 5 years time. Let's work on those soft skill. It was as I said, probably way on the longer term, and like see how can I see myself as a senior PM, and how can I get there, and how can I actually like practice those soft skills to get there. I mean, to me, I don't think nothing for me that I will have changed. I think it was very fluid in the way that we work with my mentor in both cases. They kind of like lead the way, but also allow for flexibility. If for 1 week we need to change the topic because something has happened, and I really need something maybe very tactical. Even in my second batch, we were able to still do that and then proceed with the course. So yeah, I think everything went amazingly well, and I can't wait for my next batch to start, really.
Super soon. Super soon. Thank you very much, Pam. Evgeny is asking, do I know the mentor's background in advance? Well, no, because it goes back to trusting the algorithm and the data and everything that has to do with it, and setting aside all the hypotheses that we may have as for who is the right mentor for us. Other question, Shani is asking, when do I know who is my mentor? And by the way, she's a second time mentee. She has been with us in the past, Shani. So we're talking about dates, okay? Applications deadline is December 9th. Okay, guys, remember you have about 2 weeks to apply, not more than that. Then we are going to start the batch on December 13 with a kickoff week, where before you even know who your mentor is, we have workshops and talks for you and tasks for you, and you set the goals and everything that makes sure that you utilize the time that you'll have with your mentor the best way possible, and you'll actually be prepared to meet them in the best way possible. And then matching announcement on December 20th. Okay, so first week is for building a structure and the ground up to make sure that when you'll meet your mentor, you will be ready. So Shani, we can't wait to have you again at the league. Welcome back. We're happy to have you here. And these are the dates that you should know. Shoham also asked, is there an agenda for the program? So we have an agenda in terms of what we talked about of the e-learning platform and the workshops. And we have every week there is like a topic, as Pam mentioned before, a topic to it, where we sometimes discuss things that are more soft skills oriented, sometimes it's more hard skills oriented, sometimes it's more about the relationship aspect of being a mentee. Okay, a lot from everything. There is structure, there is agenda, but it's not something that is structured as a course, because we're not a course, we're not a matching service, we're Product League, a mentoring program for product managers. And the next question comes from Liat, who is asking, does the project, I'll call it a program, I'll replace the word project with the program, fit a non-tech product managers? I'm a product manager at a company that manufactures products for the oil and gas industry. So absolutely, we support product managers from software industries, okay, and the software domain. We support product managers from hardware related products. We support product managers from low tech / non-techy environment as well. It's about the job and the task and the challenges that comes with it, and less about the specific company that you've worked with. This is a great question, Leah. Thank you very much for asking it. And Evgeny is saying, thanks for the answer. Follow up. Does the program also suit non-software PMs? I like how it all is aligned and how you guys think the same. So yes, from a medical device background, it will fit you as well. As we just answered Liat's question, we are not just about the techy glamorous aspect of product management. We are just about supporting product managers wherever they are, whatever the job is. We are there to support you. And basically, by the way, guys, this is one of the things that makes the league so interesting, because you will find people from so many different companies that have nothing to do with what you guys do at the office. And all of a sudden, you have more inspiration to come back to the work the morning later, because you had discussions with people that you usually do not have discussions with at the office. Something to think about. I think this is it. Adva Cohen, Pamela Zoni, you are true product leaguers. You're, future, past, present, future members of our program. Thank you so much for sharing your experiences with us, bringing the insights, talking about the more challenging aspect of it, but also what is so rewarding about the league. So thank you very, very, very much for opening up to us. Thank you for answering the questions from the mentees-to-be. Dear mentees-to-be, also thank you for opening up to us and, sharing your concerns and your questions with us, because this is what we're here to do. If you have any further questions, feel free either to use the chat that you already used for submitting the questions, because our community success team will reply to questions, or just directly email the team, because they're wonderful, wonderful people that are there to answer all the questions that you may have. And that's it. I guess I'll see you all very, very soon at the kickoff week. I'm super, super excited about this 8th batch of Product League. We're going to have many product parties and events and talks and workshops and much shenanigans, product shenanigans to go through together. And again, Adva and Pam, I had the best time chatting with you. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Forever.
Bye-bye, leaguers.
Bye.